Perfect. All right, perfect, guys. So officially, welcome to our Power Within. My name is Brittany Burrell. I go by B Burrell, and part of this amazing organization called Generational Wealth. And our goal is to focus on the 5 keys of wealth, which is spiritual, mental, physical, emotional, and financial wealth. And a couple of different things I want to share tonight is the first thing is that not when you want, but always on time, right? One thing you want to, first thing you want to be aware of is me and my best friend who's sitting here next to me. We've been talking a lot about the strangest secret, and what you put in is what you get out. A lot of people make life so complicated, and it's not complicated at all. I think what we put inside of our mindset is that life is only complicated because we're too lazy to do the things that we truly desire. So it's a gamble. It's us weighing the options between effort. It's us not using our faith, because I put on my Instagram not too long ago that perseverance is faith, because when you're taking the action and you continue to do things without the end, without having a decision to end it, right? Too often people make commitments. Excuse me. Too often people make decisions preparing to end, right? Too many people go into goals and dreams and these desires with a preparation of an end date. And that is the most poor philosophy that you can have, because what it does is it eliminates God out the picture, because you have prepared to exit prior to any type of commitment, prior to any type of faith, prior to any type of action has even taken place. You literally said, I've had people reach out to me for different mentorship and different things. And I said, well, I'm going to do this, for this long, until I'm going to do this for this, until this date, until this date, until this date. And oftentimes that lets me know that they're not going to succeed, whether they know it or not, because they've already given themselves an exit, right? So you have to understand, there we go. You have to understand when you give yourself an exit too soon, then you might as well, you've already signed up to quit. All right. You've already signed up to quit, because I believe failure is healthy. I believe failure is a conditioning experience, right? So you should understand that your action is your desired prayer. So if you are asking for these things, and I always say this all the time, guys, you're never asking God for something that he hasn't done already. You're not, oh, I want this promotion, I want this job, I want to live healthy, I want financial freedom. No, that's already there. That's already accessible. Your imagination is so powerful that you can sit there in your mind and sit still in a quiet atmosphere and literally visualize every single thing that you desire for yourself. But it's because we're either too lazy, we procrastinate, or we prioritize the wrong things in life that nothing ever gets done. I want to ask you on today, are you excited about life? Are you excited when you get out of bed every single day? All right? Every single day, not just on the weekends, but how often are you excited? Now, I'm not talking about a state of gratitude. I'm talking about a state of excitement and enthusiasm. You can be grateful for the job. You can be grateful for waking up another single day, but what is your level of excitement and enthusiasm, right? Now, a lot of times our careers, our relationships, and our environments can kind of damper that excitement. And if it does, then it's time to make a change. Somebody drop change in the chat box. If you're not fired up every single day, I want you to think about your highest level of excitement. What is that one time where you were just lit? You were just always excited. And that day was just amazing. The sun was shining or raining, whatever. You were just having an amazing time. How can you get to that level of life every day? Whew. How can you get to that level of life every day? We can't wait for birthday parties and New Year's and Christmas and these different special occasions for you to feel like your life is having a special occasion. Every single moment you wake up should feel special. Every single moment you wake up should feel like a party, right? That day should feel amazing. And people always know me for 2 words, either absolutely amazing or extraordinary. And you have to make sure that you're not just saying it just to be saying it, but you actually, you could back it up with enthusiasm and action, right? So everything that you desire, guys, it's not a challenge. There's no obstacles. That's the level of expectation you have to have. You can't pursue your goals and dreams thinking, man, that's going to be hard for me. Or, oh man, I had even if you have rough patches and life knocks on your door, that's an assignment as a believer. That is a prerequisite to your faith application. You're supposed to have challenges. You're supposed to have adversity. Stop being surprised when things knock on your door, but welcome them. Open the door wide open and say, okay, it's my season. It's my time. Like Mr. Nicole said the other day, you see this raining or you're going to go through some fire, whatever it looks like. Mine is pollen, right? Whatever it looks like, make sure you welcome it, right? That doesn't mean you may not even feel the best. You may not even feel as enthusiastic as I was just talking about a minute ago, but you know how to continue to push through, right? Some issues may have caused you to maybe lose your identity. Some things that you face may have caused you to lose an identity. And some of those identities we no longer need to even represent anymore, right? You may have come out of a horrible relationship, a career path, some challenges happen in your personal life, natural disasters. Those things will allow your identity to change. But I want you to understand this. Your identity needs to change. If you still have the same identity you did when you was graduating high school or when you was elementary school, then there's something, guess what? You're not growing. I've been studying the brain, and it's something called dendrites and synapses. And when it talks about learning how to learn, that's the object of the book, is learning how to learn. And it teaches you how your brain works from a scientific perspective, which means whatever it is that you want to go for, guys, y'all always know, what's the strangest secret? Drop that in the chat box for me. What is the strangest secret? Somebody tell me. Please tell me. Y'all know what the strangest secret is. I'm going to give it 15 seconds. Somebody better tell me the strangest secret. If you don't know, you better find Earl Nightingale. He'll keep it. It is, you become what you think about. Earl Nightingale, Think and Grow Rich, the Bible. As a man thinketh in his heart, so he is he. That is the strangest secret. Most people don't understand how their mind works. They don't understand how to think. You think you're thinking, but you're not. You're operating off programming. Right? You're operating off of programming. So the things that you face, the adversity that you face, the identity that you have today, you want to be obsessed with always evolving your identity, always growing. When I was talking about dendrites and synapses, it talks about how do we maintain long-term memory? How do you learn how to budget well? How do you learn how to stay in the gym? How do you learn to be a better communicator? How do you learn to be the best person on your job? How do you learn to be the best trader in the game? You take every single moment and you think about it, and you become very deliberate, very intentional about what you think about. When I'm focused on a task, there's moments in my day where I may not answer the phone, where I may not have time to respond to a text message, because I am deliberately making sure that this becomes a successful day, income producing activity. If I focus on this moment long enough, it will now create itself into what we call a protein. When you're not focused on things long enough, for at least 3 weeks, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't retain itself in your long term into the dendrite. It doesn't turn into a dendrite. It's just a synapses. And that's why it comes and goes. So for those you have different goals and dreams, I told you to take 63 days to develop a habit for your memory to start growing that long-term memory. So you want to learn how to trade, but you only study for 30 days, right? You want to learn how to be fit, but you only went to the gym for 30 days, be real. Right? So you have to determine, what do you want to retain in your brain? What do you want to retain? You have to understand that you have the ability to learn anything that you want and store it. Somebody drop the word store. You have the ability to learn anything you want and actually store it. So when they're talking about kids not having attention spans or people having memory problems, no. People are lazy. They don't want to study long enough. They don't want to understand the vocabulary and break things down. So I ask you on today, who do you want to become? Continuously evolving, right? You shouldn't be the same person you was 12 months ago. You shouldn't be the same person you was 6 months ago, let alone yesterday. Did you read a new book? Did you read a new chapter? Did you read a new page? Did you listen to a new audio, right? You have to understand, guys, that you are completely in control of who you want to become and the things that you want to attract in your life. Whatever you focus on expands. It's so very, very simple. If you want wealth, stop talking about it. Stop writing it down and stop putting up affirmations. I'd rather you go pick up a book and join the process. I'd rather you go study the book. I'd rather you have a conversation with a financial advisor. I'd rather you get on YouTube and study a lot of information, right? When I'm sitting here reading and studying and working on things, I'll be having YouTube playing, just all kinds of personal development, all kinds of things playing in the background, right? Because I'm training what it is, even though they may not be the task at hand, I'm subconsciously telling myself in the background that these are the things that I want to know. So what it is that you want to know, somebody drop in the chat box, what's something you want to know? What's something that you want to learn? What's one of your goals? What's one of your dreams? I'm not talking about setting your family free. Okay, let's talk about setting your family free. Y'all go ahead and drop some goals in the chat box for me, right? We got a bottom figure. Okay. What's one of your goals, right? Tell me. What's one of your goals? To be able to walk again. Let's do it. Shout out to Mr. Josh on the line. He had a major accident a while ago in his life, and he's in a wheelchair. So, Mr. Josh, what do we have to do? What do we have to study? What level of faith do we need for that to happen? One thing that I say to myself is, I'm so happy and grateful that my body is made pure and perfect. Every nerve, cell, organ, tissue, bone, immune system, organ, whatever, is made pure and perfect. And that is the only thing that I allow to go into my mind. I don't accept anything else. So you begin to say those things to yourself, and then you go and study what type of relationships, what type of doctors, what type of different things that you need to start putting in place so that can become a thing. Because I truly believe if Jesus can walk on water, Mr. Josh can walk again. Somebody drop in the chat, walk again, right? Hashtag Josh, walk again, hashtag Josh, right? I'm believing for you. We've seen some miraculous things happen in this world. Why not? Why can't you be a part of that? All right. Borrow my faith. Right. Somebody said food forest. Right. There we go. Walk again, Josh. Walk again. There we go. There we go. Touch and agree. Touch and agree. All right. So let us not just simply have these mere things become just thoughts, ladies and gentlemen, but allow your thoughts to become protein. I'm getting too deep. Allow your thoughts to become a protein. What's the protein? Long term. Dog, that is not my trash bag. Allow your thoughts to become proteins, because when it becomes a protein, now it's solidified. Now it's a part of your identity. But if it's just a synapses, it's going to come and go. How does it come and go, Be Real? Because we don't spend enough time with it. If you don't spend enough time with the thought, with the goal, with the desire, with the training, with the idea, with the new skill set, guess what? It's going to pass you by. It's going to leave your brain. Literally, it's in the book. It literally breaks down how the brain works. I'm like, man, it's so crazy that it all, even on a spiritual and personal development side, that the science, all of them touch and agree. So I've studied all three planes of thinking: spiritually, mentally, and physically. All of them agree. Whatever you focus on expands. It's so simple. And for those of us who want abundance and overflow, if you want abundance and overflow in your life, drop some sevens in the chat box. So I'm just kicking off allergies. If you want abundance and overflow, dog, drop some sevens in the chat box. Right? Guess what? How do I get what in the world is abundance and overflow for you? What does that even mean? Abundance and overflow for me is making seven figures, over seven figures passively. I have seven figures liquid. And that's just the beginning. We're going as far as we can. But ultimately, abundance and overflow is the ability to have so much wealth that I can just give it away. That I can just give away. Matter of fact, 7 ain't enough, because I want to give away 7, right? And ultimately teach people how to think, how to actually know how to think, not just receive information, not just go with the flow, but how to use your brain to go get what it is that you want. I sympathize with people who really just don't believe they can just go get what they want. It's simple. You got Google, you got books, you got tapes, you got people who want to give you information. and you have the audacity to act like you're not resourceful. I feel sad for y'all if y'all was stranded somewhere. Most people have resources around them and they act like they're stranded in the wilderness. You ain't the children of Israel. God has given you every single thing. He'll literally supply your needs every single day. But people act like they're stranded in a desert experience. Get resourceful. I'm going to be very transparent and I hope nobody gets offended. But if you know what my pet peeve is, because y'all might be a part participating in my program. My pet peeve is when I have laid out a system or when my dog has laid out a system of information, of frequently asked questions, of rules and requirements, and it's all in the system. And somebody says, hey, B, how much does it cost to get started? That is my pet peeve because I laid it out. And I'm going to tell y'all another thing. If you can't click on a link and look for yourself, I don't know if you're going to be successful. Because instead of being resourceful, you're waiting for a handout. And you have to apply it to real life. What things in your life are you doing where you're not being resourceful, but you're waiting for a handout? When you have an obsession and you have a desire for something to happen in your life, I am very, very focused. I'm a very, very focused person. I wasted 4 hours of my day today focused on building a masterclass on a website that didn't have what I need, but it's okay. All right. Move everything to the site and had to do the last thing. I didn't even hit up customer service. I said, let me find this answer for myself. I spent 40 minutes looking for the answer and I finally go to the chat box and guess what? I was correct. They didn't have what I need and it's okay. I was resourceful. I'm grateful for that. And most people don't have that. So that's why you're not where you want to be, because maybe your paradigm and your identity is still waiting for your parents to tell you what to do. Maybe your identity is that you don't even know how to tell yourself what to do. You don't know how to command yourself of something. You don't have enough discipline. Matter of fact, do you know that discipline is a byproduct of desire? Did you know that? I don't have to be disciplined when I have a burning desire for something. It's just, I don't have to concentrate on it. I don't have to force it. It's not an effort. All right. If I want something, I go get it every single time. People say, oh, B, you just got favor. Yes, I believe I have favor, but I also believe I have faith and works. Somebody drop faith and works in the chat box. Though, how about favor, faith, and works?
Favor, faith, and works.
How about favor, faith, and works? Right? Because I believe God favors those who work. That's what I believe. Oh, I know they're gonna get it done. Let me go ahead and let me sprinkle a little favor on them. Right? Let me sprinkle a little favor on them. Because they don't wait around. They know who has it, they know who's in control. They know who provides all their needs. They always keep a high expectation of what God is going to do in their life. And they always execute because they know that God is the creator and we're the co-creator. And so guess what? Let me sprinkle a little pizzazz on there. A little favor seasoning on it. Right? So are you earning favor? Right? Are you earning the things that you desire? You got to suck it up. I know we just want to kick back and relax. I have a goal to go at least 24 months of massive action. I said, dog, we have an ability. My dog runs a 6-figure business. She's successful. She's opening her second 6-figure business. And I said, dog, we have our own businesses. We have the ability to actually become millionaires. The only reason we're not a millionaire right now is because we ain't putting the output out. So I made a commitment to do the output, and she's doing the output, and we always hold each other accountable. Last year, it was to maintain a minimum of 5 figures in our accounts. We did that, and it was a set amount in the investment portfolio. Did that, and so now the goal is to become millionaires. So I said we do it every time, but guess what? It's about the desire. Your desire prayer has to equate to your output. Your desire prayer. I want y'all to really analyze the things that you pray for. Okay. And does your output equate to the desire? We got to have some self-check sometimes. Like I ain't really been giving. Dropping a check. Have y'all been giving your all? Yes or no? Have you been giving it your all? Yes or no in the chat box. Mine was no until 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 Sunday, day before yesterday. Mine was a no as of Sunday, but it's a yes as of yesterday. All right. All year until Sunday, it was a no. But yesterday, I woke up. I said, I want to make sure my mom is retired fully. I can cover all her cost of living, all my family cost of living. When we just went to the out of town this past weekend, and I was just having a good time and laughing it up with them, I said, man, the only reason we can't do this all the time is because I need to take care of their cost of living. And it triggered something in me. Because understand that money does something for you. Money provides insurance from all of the things that go along in the world. All right. Your money, your wealth is your insurance policy against inflation, against recessions, against pandemics, against all that stuff that's going on in the world. If you follow the rules and the principles of maintaining, and God is a God of order and decency. If you are a person, and if you're a believer, you need to desire to be a person of order and decency, which means your finances need to be of order and decency, which means guess what? You'll be protected. You have to align yourself in all areas of your life, right? So we have to operate in decency and in order, ladies and gentlemen. So if we haven't been giving our all, I only had 2 people to answer, but we got a couple of people on the line. Let's be transparent on tonight. Have you been giving it 100%? Yes or no? Or is everybody asleep on the phone? I planted 1 of 3 fruit mango tree. Congratulations, Aisha. 2 more to go. I got me some mangoes over here. I love mangoes. It's my favorite. All right, and watermelon. All right, so perfect. We haven't been given 100%, and that's okay. It's okay, y'all. It's okay if you haven't been given, because guess what? We're not a tree. We can change what we want to do at any given moment. We have the ability. Do you understand that most animals on the planet have legs and organs and eyes and noses and ears and hearts and all that kind of stuff? But one thing they don't have is the ability of choice. They are completely designed to do one thing: hunt, make babies, and eat. They can't choose not to make babies. They can't choose. They are deliberately designed to do one thing, but you can not only do that, but you have a choice to decide who you want to become. It doesn't matter what you've been through. It doesn't matter what you're going through today. You can make a plan of action to change the trajectory of your present, future, and past. Because the past, I ain't gonna get too deep. Okay. But the past, present, and future all in one and the same. You control that. You have a choice to control it, or you have a choice just to submit to what the world tells you to do. And if we haven't been given our all, ladies and gentlemen, then the choice is up to you today to say, what does it take? Let me ask y'all that question. Do y'all know what it takes to get what you want? Yes or no? Do we know what it takes? You don't have to know it all, but do you at least know step 1? Right? Do you know the first couple of steps to do what it to do what it takes for you to get to where you want to go? I know what it takes. I calculated, I wrote it all out, and I'm like, whoo, got some work to do. And then sometimes I'll be like, bro, I don't want to do all that work. Let's be transparent. I know what it takes. I'm like, ugh, but I got to do it. Short-term sacrifice for long-term freedom. Now, if we know what it takes, now the next question is, do we want to do it? That is why most of us never get to where we want to go, because we know what it takes. We know how much output we have to do, how much effort, but it's like, do I really want to do it? And then it's not just deciding to do it, it's actually doing it for a sustained amount of time. You have to sustain that effort. That's the key. All right. People look at me and they say, oh my God, you can trade your butt off, and et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, I just have been trading nonstop. Literally. I think I trade just as much as I breathe every day since August 21st of 2017. I've never not looked at a chart except for on Saturdays, Sundays when the markets are closed, and Mondays. I do Mondays a little bit more lately, but it's just, I look at it every day. But guess what? Because now it's a dendrite. It has developed the proteins, and now it's stuck in my brain. I probably couldn't unlearn it if I wanted to. Just like tying a shoe or riding a bike. You do it long enough, it becomes a part of your identity. And just like Earl says, you no longer have to think about it. It's a part of your thinking. All right. It's a part of your natural thought process. All right. So, but you got to make a decision when you want to go all in, how long you're going to go all in, and understand that how long can I have an end date? That's the breaker. The how long can I have a break? When you take breaks, you're going to have a synapses experience where whatever you just learned is going to start to depart away from your actual brain. All right. It's actually going to leave from your brain, the physical substance, let alone your mind. All right. Because whatever you don't use, you lose. There is no end date. That's right, Josh. So that's the decision we have to make on tonight, ladies and gentlemen. When are you going to stop stopping? I guess that's what it is. All right. And reaching for the goal itself is of lesser importance. It's actually the identity changes, the identity changes that you have to go through, right? B. Burrell never read no books before 2017. I love reading books now. Never read books, never really studied personal development. Thank God I was already a positive person. I grew up in church, but I never read the Bible, stuff like that. So I just started developing new habits. I never put aside 10% for investments, let alone 40%. Those are things I didn't do. But when I started to do them, guess what? Life got better. Right? So reading more, growing more. All you gotta do is focus on you. Be the master of yourself. Everything will fall into place. All right. Look for Dr. Caroline Leaf. Just read all her books. Caroline Leaf, I think it's called Think, Learn, and something like that. And the 5, I'm so sorry. This is her name, Caroline Leaf. This is her. One of my favorite books is called The Power of the Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. The Power of the Subconscious Mind, Science of Getting Rich. And then you guys can get on YouTube and listen to a lot of different people on there. If you listen to like The Science of Getting Rich, The Strangest Secret, they're going to give you all those people they're going to recommend everybody in that industry to listen to. So, but yeah, man, it's doing less than your best will always erode you. How about that? Doing less than your best will always erode you.
A long term though.
You will erode away. You will forget things, because I know a lot of us have jobs and maybe in careers that aren't the best. I was in a career where I wasn't even growing anymore. Matter of fact, I don't think I want to say that one, but I've been in different ministries where I've played and I served and I wasn't growing. I was irritated sitting on the drums every Sundays. I'm just like, oh my God, are they actually even studying? Because when you become a learner, you'll realize how much of the world is not learning. That's what I realized. You're going to have such a desire to keep growing, and your leg gonna be sitting there shaking like, I want to know more. I want to know more. You're going to be hungry. And that's a good thing, because you're going to probably be a part of the 5%. All right. Most people, I promise you, if you go to your job today and ask people what book are they currently reading, I promise you 90% going to say they're not reading a book right now. If you ask them, like I asked y'all, what's the strangest secret? Earl Nightingale. You become what you think about. The strangest secret. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Right? What do you do with what you get is more important? Okay, yeah. What you get, the person you become, is more important than the goal itself. Do y'all realize that goals, as soon as you reach a goal, you're like, okay, what's next? Anybody been there before? You celebrate. Think about the Atlanta Braves, right? Atlanta Braves hit the World Series, the baseball team. And now it's like their rush went away. Their excitement went away. So they have to wait. They have to find a new desire. They got to go for another one. But it's not about the fact that they simply won the rings and they won the championship, but it's the work that they put in. the exercise, the studying, looking at different other teams, studying their plays. The more you study, the more you know than most people. I put on my Instagram, I said, if you read, what did I say? I gotta find it, y'all. I just posted it not so long ago, but it's something about books. If you only read what everybody else reads, there you go. If you only read the books that everyone else is reading, you can only think what everybody else is thinking. There you go. If you only read the books, now you start off with this type of book, you ask the books, you get referrals, you find out what books that we are reading right now, and you go through all these books. So you don't just read a book one time, you study them multiple times. That's another thing that people do. They read through a book and then they're done. No, you got to go back and dissect that thing, understand more words, find things, because the first time you read it, your level of awareness was 0. But the second time you read it, it goes up to level 2, right? And then you go back and dissect words, you look up phrases, and that's where you start developing the proteins for long-term memory. But if you're just trying to do cram sessions like you're studying for an exam, that's why nothing retains. Exactly. Right? People are paying for cryptos and you can learn how to, once you learn how to do crypto, you can learn it anywhere. It's accessible anywhere. Right? Everything is accessible anywhere. But how much time are you spending with it? Stop looking for a shortcut. Right? Learning is the shortcut. Retention, retaining, repetition. That is your shortcut to getting every single thing that you desire. All right. So focus on being the best learner, the best student, and you get every single thing you desire, and believe that you can do it. I'm gonna close with this question. Why do you guys think that people don't believe? Why do people believe they won't achieve their goals? Kiana?
Other people's thinking of what other people have or have not achieved, because they haven't researched to know what makes it possible to achieve it. So lack of other people's experiences being relatable and achievable, because it seems so far removed. Wow. But you see a lot more people that are achieving and doing what you desire to do, and then you start to see that it's genuinely only about their mindset and not about who they are, or their color, or anything of that nature. I think it's also overcomplicated.
Did y'all hear what she said? A lot of people, you can drop your opinions as well. Why do you guys think that people believe they want to achieve their goals? And she basically said, I took it as, you look at other people, if they haven't gotten there, you don't believe you can do it. And I think
that's environment.
Yeah, environment for sure. Their level of awareness. Yeah, exposure can put a dent in that, because your belief level is only to the degree of what you've been exposed to. It goes back to what? Learning. When you learn that, and I've also learned that most people, I don't put myself in the shoes of the majority, because the majority don't have the same habits that I have. That's what I learned. I don't put myself in the shoes of the majority, because the majority would never sit here and be as focused as I am or study as I am. So why would I take advice or opinions or compare or compete or complain about anything else that anybody else is doing, when they don't even have the routine, the behavior, the character, the skills that I would want to trade with? Absolutely. We call them, what do they say in Outwitting the Devil? That's another book y'all need to check out, Outwitting the Devil. Drifters. You literally woke up, you were born, you went to school because your parents told you to, which most of us did. Maybe you went to college. But after that, at what point between being born and the age of 18 and maybe 22, did you actually give yourself your own task? When did you actually take over your thinking and make a decision for yourself? You spent 22 to 30 years of your life being told and guided and instructed by another person. And no offense to our parents, no offense to those who are our elders, but they just replicated exactly what their parents did. So you live in a cycle where instruction is provided, but thinking is never taught. And we wonder why so many people are drifting, because they never access their power in the first place. The power was never cultivated. You never used it. You never plowed. You just went with the flow, and that's okay. So I challenge you on today to think about it. Is your favorite color your favorite color? Or is it your favorite color? I see some people, kids, they look just like them. It just drives me crazy sometimes. I'm like, same everything. Right? Shout out to dad. All right. But yeah, guys, let's start to understand to think for yourself and understand how to think for yourself and what thinking can do for you. Okay. When you understand that everything is possible, and I always tell people you're going to be going in one day anyway, why not go out here and give it your all? Stop trying to tiptoe around life. Nobody's going to make it out alive, right? Go out here and give it your all. I spent a lot of time with that thought. I'm like, man, I'll be gone one day. I want to be smiling on my grave. Listen, I did everything I wanted to do. All right. Feel sad for the person who has been mentally in the grave, but lived a long life. That's what separates the two. Go out here and live, family. Go out here and thrive. You can do everything you want. Become obsessed with learning. Become obsessed with what you want. So whatever it is you want, go study that thing. Go break it down. Go dissect it. Go get into some mentorship. Go ask questions. Get in people's DMs who have what it is that you want. Right? I do that all the time. Hey, I don't know this. I need to know. And always be open to ask questions. If you're scared to ask questions, you'll never get to where you want to go. Because that's pride. That's ego. All right? If I got a question, best believe I'm asking it. That's the shortcuts to success. It's questions. All right? But let's get it, family. Wake up every single day, excited. Go out there and enjoy life, not just endure life. All right? Peace and blessings to you guys. Have an amazing night. Thank y'all for tuning in with the Power of Within. Thank you guys for your feedback as well on tonight. I wish you much success and understand that you got what it takes. Just use your brain. Think for yourself. All right. Our hashtag tonight is what? Who got a hashtag? Who got a hashtag? Anybody got a hashtag? You got a hashtag, dog?
The D word.
Dendrites?
It would be like people like, what's
All right. Dendrites, which is.
For repetition, because that's what it was.
What'd she say? Absolutely, Miss Green. Thank you guys for tuning in on tonight. Be excited because I want it to be along the lines of, I mean, it's so simple. I mean, it sounds so cliche, but it's really just you're thinking, man. You're thinking. All right, we have nothing. All right, so that's the first. Hold on. I got it. There we go. Isis said, just think. That's what it is. Keep learning. I like keep learning too. Dang, I like keep learning too. Let's use them both. Hashtag in the generational wealth chat. Y'all go over to the GW chat right now. Let's hashtag keep learning. Let's hashtag just think. I'm gonna put it on my social media too. And hopefully hit somebody head on tonight. All right. I love y'all. Have a blessed night, and I'll see y'all next week. There we go, Josh. Appreciate you guys. Have a good night.